Hello my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today we're looking at another kind of classic commander out there. Today we are looking at Yarok, the Desecrated. Yarok is a two colorless, one black, one green, one blue, aka Sultai, colored commander that has Death Touch and Lifelink. He is a 3/5, and if a permanent entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So Yarok is a value commander, and in these colors we have a lot of the usual suspects. We have a lot of ramp cards on the green front with Delighted Halfling, Gilded Goose, Gala Greeters, Bloom Tender, Nissa, all those types of cards. We have a lot of control elements on the blue side, Tails and Counterspell, Mana Drain, Wash Away, all those usual type of suspects. And then on the black component we do have removal spells such as Bitter Triumph and Go for the Throat. Where this deck shines is when you have those cards that give you those triggers that get you benefits. I will say honestly, one of the best cards in this deck is Tireless Provisioner, because if you have Tireless Provisioner on the battlefield, you can basically play a land and get multiple treasures or multiple food tokens. And if you have lands that are fetch lands or Fabled Passage, Prismatic Vista, you're going to get multiple triggers. So having those types of cards in here that give you those multiple effects are wonderful. All the way up, we have all the way up through some of our big end game cards such as Casualties of War. Primeval Titan can get multiple lands, River's Rebuke bounces everything on the battlefield, and Crater Hoof Behemoth, I don't even know how many times I've lost to this card, but summoning this when you have Yarok on the battlefield means that you're going to get his triggers twice. So let's take Yarok into the queue and see if we can desecrate our opponents in every way possible. Let's go. Our next game is against Sauron the Dark Lord. Our opponent gets to go first. I'm hoping our opponent has some sort of big creature in his hand. Maybe we can cause him to discard it and then reanimate it. I do want to try that on in this game. We'll see if maybe we can pull that off. Going to go for a Undercity Sewer. We're going to Surveil. Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm could be really good in this deck, actually, in this game. I'm going to cast Thoughtseize. Go blank. I'm going to get rid of the counter spell. Put down a land. Sauron, I made a video about Sauron. He's actually one of my favorite commanders to play as. Sauron is a 7/6 for 6 mana. You have to sacrifice a legendary artifact or a creature to even target him. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you amass Orc 1, and whenever an army... Okay, so he's going to make us get rid of 2 cards. I'm going to get rid of Fatal Push and I guess the forest. Okay, we're going to put down a Gallic Greeters. Put down a Cavern of Souls and say Elemental. Hope we can draw another land. Opponent is just killing our stuff. Did draw another land, so I'm going to reanimate the Gallic Greeters. Get out a Scoot Swarm. He could kill the Gallic Greeters right here. He's going to. Okay. Just a bunch of removal spells. Kind of boring. Gonna get out a Deep Cavern Bat to get the Guardian Project. We're going to get out Glarb, another one of my favorite cards. He's going to get us a land off the top. Hopefully, our opponent has exhausted all of their removal spells, because they've had a ton of them. Glarb, I'm going to surveil first to see what we can find. We really don't need either of these right now. We're going to summon Yarok. Maybe. And our opponent tried to counter Yarok, even though we had a Cavern of Souls out. So, yeah, we won the game. Soren's a really good commander. If you can get him onto the battlefield and start using the Call of the Ring, you can just keep drawing cards over and over and over again. Really good commander, good game. Next game is against Annie Flash the Veteran. I have never played against this card. Our hand does have some early ramp. Actually, it's pretty much almost all ramp. I'm going to try to keep this and see if we can make it work. Annie Flash is a 6 mana, 4/5 with Flash. When Annie Flash enters, if you cast it, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. And when Annie Flash becomes tapped, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. So some graveyard synergy and also some getting some cards off the top of your library. Okay, he has Authority of the Consoles. We're going to cast Paradise Druid. Authority of the Consoles means all our creatures are going to come onto the battlefield tapped. He could kill the Druid, which he does. We're going to summon the Ancient Cornucopia. We have the most expensive cast cost card in our hand, which is Crater Hoof Behemoth. I typically don't use Crater Hoof, but I thought I would try him out for this deck. Summons Domri.
It's a beautiful day for chaos. We won't answer to other guilds.
I'm hoping we draw a land here. We do not, unfortunately. Let's get out Nissa. Gain a life.
Busting heads is my bread and butter.
Our opponent is going to kill our Nissa and get us a 1/1 token. Gonna cast Curse of Silence on Yarok, I'm assuming. Going to first explore to see if we can get another land, which we do. We'll put down the land. We're going to cast Shieldred's Edict to kill Domri. Swing in for 1. Draw another land. We're going to attack in with our token. Then I'm going to cast Plumb the Forbidden to draw some cards. We draw a Tireless Tracker, which I will put down. Opponent gains a life from the Authority of the Consuls. Opponent can cast his commander here, potentially. If he has a land, which he does. Gonna cast his commander. Counterspell would have been really good right there, but I guess not. Gets out Domri onto the battlefield.
It's just another day.
What does this guy cost? 5?
My wild beasts will bring
6.
your comeuppance.
6. Okay. We're going to summon our commander Yarok. Opponent's going to draw another card. Oh boy.
Something smells rotten. Wait, that might be me.
Opponent summons Ragavan. Opponent has some value cards that he could cast. He could cast Esper Sentinel as well as Leyline. We'll see what he does. Opponent's going to destroy the Astral Cornucopia. It's almost like the opponent knew that we just needed one more mana to cast Crater Hoof. That's kind of weird, but that's really odd to me. But alright. Put down a land. I'm gonna summon a Delighted Halfling. I'm gonna swing in with Yarok at Domri. We're going to get another creature. And now our opponent isn't using Ragavan. That's really weird. I'm not streaming this game, am I? Opponent's gonna have Annie fight Yarok.
That's the sound of a stampede coming straight at ya.
To get him down to 1. Maybe he has a Brotherhood's End or something like that to do 3 damage to everything. I'm assuming. Opponent gets out some blockers here. It's almost like our opponent somehow knew that we had enough mana for Crater Hoof. That's really weird. But, okay. I'm gonna put down the land and let's get to hoofing. Gonna summon Crater Hoof Behemoth. Just gonna put +4/+4 on everything. Then put another +4/+4 on everything. We are gonna swing in for a massive hit. Do we have our opponent dead? I'm not sure. I haven't done the math. Opponent can sacrifice the Haywire Mite to actually gain a little bit of life, but honestly, that's not really going to do all that much. Going to kill the Rider and get him down to 3. Opponent's looking at his graveyard, probably trying to see if there's a spell he could get if he casts his Annie again. He can get a spell of mana value 3 or less from the graveyard. Opponent's eyeing the Crater Hoof Behemoth. Yeah, I've lost many games to Crater Hoof Behemoth, so I understand. It's still a crazy Magic card. The power of Yarok, though, really came through because he doubled the ability of Crater Hoof, which just made it a huge hit, even with only 3 creatures on the battlefield before Crater Hoof came out. Opponent brings out Anti-Flash again. See what he can do. Brings out Domri. Does he have enough mana to do something else? He might. Opponent has 2 mana. Yeah, I don't see a way, unless he has 2 1-mana creatures. Really don't see a way he's going to come out of that alive. That was a really good game. I've never honestly fought against Anti-Flash before. It's really interesting how Arena will look at your deck and then pair you against different opponents depending on the build of your deck. Really good game. Oh no, it's Brittany. Our opponent is Ishin, 2 heavens as 1. So probably a very aggressive combat deck. This hand really does not do anything until turn 3, but we don't need it to. Good game, Ishin. Next game is against Achik, Emerald Radiant. There's literally nothing we can even do until turn 3, so we do have a Surveil land, which could be good. I'm gonna try it anyway because of the black market connections. Opponent has a Stitcher Supplier. We're going to go for green and blue mana. Since we have black mana, let's Surveil. Prismatic Vista's pretty good. Opponent hits us for 1, has a Malevolent Rumble. Going to activate the Prismatic Vista to get another, we'll get an island. Achik is a 6 mana 3/3. When it enters, you create 1/1 tokens for each artifact or creature card in the graveyard. Luckily, we have a really good spell to stop Achik. If we can get to 6 mana, which is the Cyclonic Rift. So I'm hoping that will be our big move. Get out Black Market Connections. Hopefully ramp for a turn or 2. And then get out... or cast the Cyclonic Rift to bounce everything back to his hand. Opponent has 5. He could potentially get Achik out this turn, quite honestly. Which is scary. I think that's what he's probably going to do. We'll see. Wonder how many bugs he gets. Looks like he's gonna get 6 insects. Okay. Things are pretty serious, but I think we can survive this. Let's go for all the modes. Gonna get out a tireless provisioner. Gonna put down a swamp. Get another art treasure. I'm gonna hold off for now. It's a lot of bugs. Opponent's gonna have an Emperor Bone. At the beginning of combat, I'm gonna get rid of the Emperor Bone because he can exile cards from my graveyard like Uro. I don't want that to happen. We may even hold off on the Cyclonic Rift for a little while. We'll see. Going to explore. Ooh, Liliana, the Dark Dreadhorde General. That's scary. Opponent's going to attack in with some of his bugs. We'll block 2. Hatchick's going to get stronger. Going to put some more cards in the graveyard. We're going to get out another shapeshifter. Let's bring out Uro. See if we can get a land, hopefully. I'm hoping our opponent will try to cast Liliana on his turn, but we'll see. We'll see. If so, we have a mana drain for it, so that's pretty good. He is going to try to cast Squirming Emergence. We're going to say no to that. Opponent is going to summon a Fiend Artisan. That's a 14/14. We have to block his Adachek, so we will. What I'm really hoping we'll draw is a land, which we don't. We did draw a land here, so I'm going to put down we're going to cast Cyclonic Rift, bounce all of his stuff back to his hand. Then I'm going to cast Astral Cornucopia. Keep up the Tameo safekeeping. See if we can gain some life back. This time I'm going to go for a food token because we are a little low on life. Opponent's down to 10. Opponent's down to 9. We're going to end the turn here. Kind of bluffing a counter spell a little bit. Opponent summons a Jet Collector. Opponent gets out a Mox Jet. Opponent is going to summon Shieldred the Apocalypse. We're going to gain some life right here first. Okay, we're going to get a treasure. Do we have enough mana to tap Shieldred? I think we do. With Thassa. We're going to gain a life. We're going to use Thassa's ability to tap Shieldred. We're going to swing in for the win. Great Henge stays on top. Whew! That was a close game. Really good game against Adachek. Whew. Good game. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching my video featuring Yarok, the Desecrated. Is Yarok still a good commander? Yes, he is still good. You can still get a lot of value out of those triggered effects. I would put him at probably the high C, low B tier. Just like my Uro deck that I recently did, Yarok has lost a little bit of value due to just pure power creep. But he's still very, very strong, and the fact that he's a 3/5 Death Touch lifelink creature means that you can get a lot of value from Yarok in addition to the triggers from the other cards in your deck. So I do feel like he's still a competitor. I did fight a variety of different opponents when I played Yarok. It wasn't just like the top tier queue. I got paired against a variety, so that's definitely a plus. If you're interested in playing Yarok, the deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment below talking about Magic or Yarok or why Diet Dr. Pepper is the best soda on the planet. I don't really care, I just like interacting with you and the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a great day.